Shalom. I want to give all the praise and all the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also, I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. So I'm going to jump in Matthew chapter 4 today. And I'm going to go down to I'm going to start at verse 18 in Matthew 4. And I'm going to read a few verses in different chapters and pull out precepts so as they come. So the first one is Matthew 4 and 18. It says, "And Yahushai, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers." All right. So this was their trade, right? This was their job. These brothers were Simon and Peter and Andrew were fishermen. Okay, and it was spiritual, you see, because they were at that time they were fishing for fish, right? They were fishermen, but Yahushai he goes on to tell them. Let's read verse 19. "And he saith unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." Okay, so now what it is Yahushua saying, "Hey, I'm going to make you a fisher of men," meaning you're not going to cast your line out and catch a fish. Now you're going to cast your line out. That's what we're doing with these lessons. We're casting our line out, right? And we're going to catch the elect. The elect are those men that we're fishing for, that we're, it tells you in Revelation 7. Let's get it real quick. Because once the elect is sealed, hey, the fishing is done, man. The end comes. Let's see. All right, let's go. Okay, this is Revelation 7, and it goes into basically the end of the fishing, right? The end of, because every time we're throwing our net, we're casting our line out. You know, a new elect member comes across a video, Lord's will, you see. The elect start to see the videos, the modern day epistles, which is an epistle is a letter. These are modern day letters that we're using via the internet to catch these men. Like, the term catching a fish, we're catching the elect through the epistles, the modern day epistles, which are these lessons, these videos, all right? And once the elect is sealed, the destruction comes, okay, according to prophecy, all right? So, once the elect is sealed, I'll say it again, the destruction comes, all right? And it talks about the servants, which are the prophets, okay? Let's read it. I'll start at 1. It's Revelation 7 and 1. It says, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree." All right. So right now, this is what you have. You have angels who are holding those winds back. Those winds goes into armies, militaries, war. So we read verse 2. And right now, literally, it's the angels that are holding the World War III back. Why? Because the elect is not sealed yet. All right. It says, verse 2, "And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, Yahweh, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power, Yahweh, in their foreheads." So once the prophets have once we're all sealed in our foreheads and our minds about this truth, You see, and the elect is a part of that because they'll listen to the prophets, right? They believe our report, right? Isaiah 53:1. Let me get it real quick. Isaiah 53:1, it says, "Who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of Yahweh revealed?" Right? So the arm of Yahweh is Yahweh Shai. Who is revealed? Who gets revealed? Yahweh Shai? The elect. They receive that report. They believe the report. They believe what we're saying. Alright? The 2/3, the heathen, they don't believe the report. Alright? And they have nothing to do with the destruction. Okay? That when the destruction comes, those people are going to be destroyed, point blank, period. Alright? It's all about the elect. It's all about the prophets. Alright? We always tell you that here at Great Millstone. Okay, let's get back to Revelation 7. And where am I at? And it says, saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power, Yahweh, in their foreheads." So your forehead is where you get the belief, the understanding, right, in your mind. And this is where the truth is sealed. It's sealed in our mind. Every time we meditate, it comes from our mind, right? It's through the whole spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yashai, but it's in our mind. When we're driving on the road, we constantly, our mind goes back to this truth. You know, when we're waking up in the morning, we're thinking about the truth. When we go into bed at night, we're thinking about the truth. We constantly go back to, that's where our meditation dwells, is on this truth. All right. And it says in verse 4, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel." All right. So, and then if you keep reading the chapter, it tells you 12,000 from each tribe was sealed. Okay, from the 12 tribes of Israel. But it's the prophets. All right. So once everything is sealed up, sewed up, hey, that's when the destruction comes. Okay. Go back to Matthew. Because what does it say? You know, Yahweh Shai is, he said, "You're going to be fishers of men." That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you how to fish men. So that's really what the apostles, starting out with our elders of Great Millstone, the apostles of GMS, they're fishing for men, man. And especially the fishing really became increased in 2007 when they were on the internet, when they were on YouTube, right? And so now we've been disciples, which means a student of discipline, and now we become like mini apostles, if you will. You see, we're not the apostles of elders. We're not the elders, but the word apostle, it means to be sent out to teach, sent out to. We're fishing for these men who are of the elect. All right. This is not a thing where we're doing this truth because we want fame or fortune or glorifying ourselves, or we're doing it because of women. No, we're doing this truth because it's the elect that we need to seal. And really it starts out with the prophets, the 144,000. That's why Yahweh Bashem Yashai was telling the angel, was saying, "Hey, don't hurt none of them until the men are sealed in their forehead." All right. And let's get another description of that Tawah, which is in Ezekiel. Let me get that real quick. It's Ezekiel 9:4. It's a precept. All right, 9:4, and it reads, "And Yahweh said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city, and smite, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house." So you see, it's about the prophets being sealed, the 144,000. And this is, it tells you right here, don't, Set a mark upon the foreheads. And what's that mark? It's Tawa. This is not the mark as in mark of the beast. This is his mark of protection. Okay? Because remember, Yahweh is a God of balance, right? He's a power of balance. So he balances it out. He has a wicked mark, which is that RFID CHIP, you know, and then he has a righteous mark, which is this Tawa. That's how you say that. And this mark is really a mark of protection, and it goes to who? The men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that are happening in the midst thereof. Meaning, we're right in the midst of wicked ass Babylon, and we see all the abominations. You see. Today, I'll give you a quick story, just an example of an abomination. Today, I was going to get some gas, and I had my little girl with me, and she's only 9 years old. We go into the gas station, and there's this dude working the register, and he had a real feminine voice, right? And as soon as I walked in, I heard him talking. I heard his voice. He may have greeted me, I don't even know, but I realized right away, as soon as he spoke, I said, "Oh, goddamn, that dude sounds like a chick. Sounds like a woman, right?" And my daughter, she's the what can she say? She's the daughter of a prophet, but she told me she goes, "Dad, that guy is in the middle of transformation, right?" She said he's in the middle of transformation, and I was just like, I waited till we got outside. I said, "What do you mean? What do you know about this?" You see, I said, "What you know about transformation, and why'd you say that? Who taught you that?" And so she answered me. The reason why she knows that is her mother has a friend who's doing that same process, which it's basically the transgenders when they're giving them the estrogen, the hormones to become women, basically, right? The abomination. And I said, "Man, you shouldn't even know about that." You know what I mean? Because that's an abomination. But yet my 9-year-old is over here speaking on abominations of this dude. He's talking like a female, sounded just like a woman. And so I was vexed, right? I was vexed in my spirit, like, damn. Like I was gonna get mad because I thought she learned it in school, you know. But I guess it's even worse because her mother is the one who exposed her to that, or whatever you want to call it. But that's an abomination, you see. So let's get back to the lesson. I just wanted to, through the Spirit, share that little quick story. You know, these kids, it's an abomination for a kid to think that's normal. Be taught that, oh, this is you know, it's normal. This man's becoming a woman. He's going into what they call the transformation stage, right? So it's an abomination. And we're the ones who are sighing and crying for those abominations. The rest of the world is just walking to the beat of Esau's drum with not a care in the world. They're not offended by that. They don't, they have friends that are transformers, you see. So it's just a wicked ass thing that we deal with here in Babylon. One of the many wicked things. So let me go back to Matthew. And I'm at chapter 4. I'm at verse you just don't know where the Spirit's going to take you, because I barely got through what I'm reading here. I'm barely at verse 19. See, but he's the Lord is the Lord of balance, so it's good, because let me read verse 19. It says, this is talking about Yahweh Shai, what he told the brethren. He said, "And he saith unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men." All right. And here's the balance. We'll go to Jeremiah 16:16. Oops. Jeremiah 16:16. It reads, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them." That's what we're doing, right? Yahweh sent out his fishermen. We're the fishermen. The prophets are fishing for the elect. We're trying to seal. If the prophets are not already sealed, that's what we're doing with these videos, all right? This way that the end can come and we can inherit our kingdom and be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. See, like the scriptures speaks on. And then it says, and they shall fish them. So that's what we're doing. We're fishing them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. All right, because what's going to happen is after that destruction, after once those missiles are being fired, and we get our celestial bodies, we get our spiritual. Well, we're going to have spiritual powers even before our celestial bodies, but we're going to actually hunt down the ones who survived the nuclear fire, who are going to be in their underground bunkers. That's why it says they're going to hunt them out of every mountain and every hill. All right, so we're going to be spiritually able to hunt these wicked abominations down. There ain't going to be no more transformers. All right, there's not going to be no transformation cases. Okay, because why? The Israelites are going to rule with righteousness. Okay, because we're going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So let's go back to Matthew 4 and verse 20. So after he told them, I'll make you fishers of men, it says, and they straightway left their nets and followed him. All right, when you go into that word straightway, it means immediately. So it means they didn't tarry. They didn't say, oh well, let me just finish my shift here and then I'll follow you. Or they didn't walk by and say, hey, let me come back next week and I'll listen to what you guys are saying. At camp. It wasn't like that. It was not. They straightway, meaning immediately. Okay, so that's the spirit of an elect. A prophet is gonna put down whatever the hell he's doing, and he's gonna put this truth as a priority. Put this truth first. You see, that's the spirit we need to be in, right? We need to be hot. Our spirit needs to be fervently hot for this truth. Okay, and then let's read. It says, and going on from thence, he saw other two brethren, James the son of Zebedee and John his brother, in a ship with Zebedee their father, mending their nets, and he called them. And they immediately left the ship and their father and followed him. See? So you had examples in the scriptures of men who they just dropped what they were doing and they followed Yahweh Shai, all right? Which is this truth, you see? See, because you got some people who are in this truth and they got this spirit on them, right? Let's get this. Meaning they'll hear the truth, but they got some other stuff to do. They got some other shit to do in their eyes that's more important. All right, when we know the most important thing we could be doing right now is the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. I'll start at 59. Luke 9 and 59. It says, this is Yahweh Shai. He says, and he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Yahweh Shai, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Yahweh Shai said unto him, let the dead bury the dead. But go thou and preach the kingdom of Yahweh. See? So this dude thought it was important to go bury his dad, which a lot of people in this world, they're like, oh, well, my dad's funeral. I got to go to my dad's funeral. The most important thing we could do, I'm going to say it again, is push this truth. All right? Preach the kingdom of Yahweh. Even comes before burying your dead father, all right? That's why he said, when I was a kid, I saw this verse and I didn't understand it, right? When I was young. But now, being in the spirit, we know what it is. These people who are burying the physically dead, they're dead. They're good as dead. Because why? Because they are in darkness. They have no truth. They're following false idols, false doctrines, false philosophies, right? So they're become dead, and that's why it tells you, you follow Esau Edom, that's why hell enlarges herself, right? Let's get that real quick. Because hell, it means the grave, right? When you go into the word hell, it literally means the grave. It means death. So let's get Isaiah 5 and 14. It reads, therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and open her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. All right? I'll read verse 13. It says, "Therefore my people are gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore hell hath enlarged herself, and opened her mouth without measure." See, so the death, the grave, enlarges themselves, because why? Our people are in captivity, and they have no knowledge. When you're born in America, you're born in captivity. So you're taught a bunch of philosophies that are useless, that are vanity, all right? And they don't have any saving power in them. The only thing that can save is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right? And this truth. Nothing can save us when that World War III happens and the missiles are being fought or shot and the war is being fought. The only thing that's going to save us is this truth, right? Isaiah 33 and 6, or what is it, 33 and 6? Let's get that. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, and fear of Yahweh is his treasure." So we got to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's why we do the work. That's why that's why I'm doing this lesson, right? Because I know that I have to build my spirit each and every day, because the wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of these crazy times we're coming into, all right? The only thing that's going to save us is this truth. And it's not going to be your money. It's not going to be your guns. It's not going to be your wife. All right? It's going to be the wisdom and knowledge is going to be our stability. All right? So we'll go back to Matthew. We shouldn't put it off to be in this truth, right? Because we should have a spirit where the minute we heard this truth, the minute we came across it, hey, we were all in, or we want to investigate, we want to learn. This is Ephesians 1:13. It says, "In whom ye also trusted after ye heard the word of truth, the gospel of your salvation," meaning the good news of your salvation, "in whom also after that ye believed, ye were sealed with that Holy Spirit of promise." That's going into that seal that's in our foreheads, right? The gospel of our salvation, which is the good news of our salvation, all right? And when it happens on the day we heard it, man, meaning we don't tarry, we go straightway, which again, that word straightway, it means immediately, okay? You don't want to be putting this truth off, man. You don't want to have that spirit, well, let me go bury my dad. Let me go do this. Let me go do that. No. When you come across this truth, your job is to learn as much as you can, study, and then teach. You see? Preach the kingdom of Yahweh. You're not supposed to just blow it off and say, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and do this at another time, at another date. All right? You're going to be caught up in the too late club. You see? Let's go back to Matthew. And this is chapter 4, verse 23. The most important thing we can do, brothers, is do the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? Priority, all right? It should be really, it's already the stability of the men in this truth. It's our stability, you see? Verse 23. "And Yahushua went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people. And his fame went throughout all Syria. And they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with diverse diseases and torments, and those which were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic," which lunatic goes into you, the moon controls you, right? You know how people say, oh, it's a full moon. Well, that's what that goes back to, the scriptures. A lunatic is somebody who, they go crazy when the moon is, full, or the different phases of the moon. All of a sudden, These people are their emotions and their spirit is affected by the moon. That's what a lunatic is. The word luna in Espanol, in Spanish, it means moon. See? So, and those were lunatic, and those that had the palsy, and he healed them. See? So this truth could heal these lunatics. It could heal the sickness. It could heal the diseases. It could heal, the truth can literally heal everything if you have the faith to believe that's going to heal those things. But where the faith lacks, there's no miracles done, all right? There's no healing done where there's no faith, okay? Let's get that real quick. It's in Matthew also, verse 13 and 58. Well, I'll just read this because this is talking about the true family of Yahweh B'Shem Yashai. Our brothers, our true family are the brothers in this truth, the ones who are doing the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. The ones who want to be part of this world, they still want to do all the worldly abominations. They want to go bury their father. They don't want to follow the truth. They don't want to, teach. Hey, just let them be. Let them go. Let them do their heathenistic life. Leave them be, because the true family is right here. But I'm gonna read verse. I'll start Matthew 13 and 57. It says, "And they were offended in him, but Yahushua said unto them, A prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and his own house." All right. So the prophets, the real prophets, don't expect to be honored in these days right now. You see. You gotta understand, there's a whole bunch of wickedness that we're going against the grain. These people don't like this truth. Only the elect is gonna like this truth. Everyone else is gonna be pissed off at you or they'll be offended at the knowledge we have. They're offended at it. You see. So he said, Yahushua said, a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country and his own house. Meaning, your family members, they're in your house, right? Some of your family members are going to be offended by this truth. They'll be talking shit behind your back. You see? And then what does it say? Because these people that don't believe, that don't have the faith, we can't help them. Because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai at the end of the day has their eyes closed. He hasn't lifted a veil off their eyes. He's kept them in darkness for whatever reason. It's the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It's his choice whose eyes he opens and whose eyes he keeps blind to this knowledge and this truth. All right. So we just move on, right? Shake the dust off and move on. When we shake that dust off, it's a testimony against them, those that don't believe. All right. But it says, a prophet's not honored in his own house. Your wife, she might get mad at you, man. Oh, you ain't a prophet. Talk stuff about you, you know what I mean? You ain't no fucking prophet. You do this, you do that. You're not a real prophet. You're not a man of the Lord, you see? Because why? Because this is the verse we're reading. In your own house, don't be expected to be honored as a prophet, or in this country, Babylon, America. Don't expect to be honored as a prophet. Because the people don't believe, they don't have that faith. So where there's no faith, no miracles could be done. All right? So let's read verse 58. Matthew 13 and 58. And he did not many mighty works there because of their unbelief. You see? So when they don't have the faith, when they don't believe, we can't, just like us, if the Lord set up a man to be a 2/3, there ain't nothing we could say or do to cause that man to be converted, or to cause that man to believe, or to cause that man to believe our report, or woman, So that's what that is. Let's keep reading. I'm going to go back to Matthew 4, and I'm at verse 25. And it says, And there followed him great multitudes of people from Galilee and from Decapolis and from Jerusalem and from Judea and from beyond Jordan. See? So the Lord's a Lord of balance. He's a power of balance. There's going to be lots of people that don't believe, but trust me, there are going to be elect out there. All right, that's why we're fishing for the elect, right? Because right now we're fishermen, right, of men, but pretty soon we're going to be hunters of men, and those men that we're going to hunt out are those wicked elite when they're in their underground bunkers, because they're going to survive those. They're going to survive the nuclear war because of why? Because they're in the bunker. See, the phone had a chime on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out on that. Um, so with that, I want to give all the praise and all the glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem, Rekakodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. Also, I want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to the elect. Okay, Shalom.